Sup, Subirds?
Sup, Subirds?
Sup, Subirds?
Sup, Subirds?
Maren Sue, Maren Sue. Subscribe, Subirds.
Today is February 5th, 2025.
February 5th, 2024.
February 5th, 2023.
It's February 6th, 2022.
February 5th, 2021. I am 20 years old.
I am 19 years old.
18 years old.
17 years old.
16 years old. My subscriber count is 167 subscribers.
217 subscribers.
336 subscribers.
353 subscribers.
I have 437 subscribers. My most viewed video is still Stuffed Tummies with 51.7K. But this year I also had some shorts that I posted for fun that ended up hitting 10K. So I had two 10K posts. So instead of doing the goals for a YouTube career, I've been doing this for a while and I think I've kind of slowly turned away from that. However, I just want to add in this thing for my yearly review. I just want to go over some of the main highlights of this 2024 year. So Dylan and I graduated at Northwest College with an associate's degree in May of 2024. I graduated with an Associate of Arts for graphic design, and he graduated with general education. He took a lot of business classes that transfer. And then this summer we went to Florida, which was absolutely incredible. It was a lot of hard work for Dylan especially. I just worked at Walmart. But he did solar sales and we had the time of our lives going to the beach all the time. It was genuinely so much fun and a great adventure for us to have one-on-one. After that summer, we moved to Rexburg, Idaho and are going to BYU, Idaho. I'm currently still studying art and Dylan is studying accounting. So that's kind of the update on our year of what happened in 2024. My motto this year, or my main goal, is to build relationships. So I'm really excited because I am really focusing on putting my phone down and reaching out to people. A goal of mine currently this semester is anytime I'm in a public setting, putting my phone down, looking around and starting up a conversation. It's been pretty tricky because everybody's on their phones as well. So me having to start up a random conversation is a little hard, but it's good because being in a university, you don't know a lot of people. So you can ask the simple questions, where are you from? What's your name? What are you studying? And then go from there, which has been pretty easy. But with people I already know, it gets a little tricky to know kind of what to bring up for a first conversation. But I'm really trying to gain better relationships and just make more connections.
I want to go to one new state.
You got one new state. You actually got a few new states and you have 7 left to go. Arkansas, New England area, Hawaii, Alaska. So you and Dylan on your way home from Florida went on a long trip and you got West Virginia, Michigan, and a few other states that you hadn't been. Go you! Some things I struggle with, actually kind of ironic, yesterday was a really tough day for me. I currently am struggling with figuring out what I'm doing with my life. I don't exactly love going to school for art. I changed my major for a little bit going into teaching, but added a lot of extra years to graduate. And I was thinking there's no way. But when I took those classes, I absolutely loved being able to envision myself as a teacher. However, when I switched back to art, every class I take, I cannot envision myself doing it at all. Like, it's fun, and I'm learning a lot of skills. However, when I take the classes, I can't foresee myself becoming an artist, and I think it's a lot of work for people to be artists and get paid for it. I did some freelance work in 2024 which was fun, but it was all referrals and it wasn't a very consistent payment or moneymaker. So to start a family with Dylan, I know he is planning on doing accounting and business things like that. So there at least will be that steady income. However, right now in this current stage, I want to do something with my life that I'm actually going to use in the future. So I'm currently struggling trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life and also when to start a family with Dylan, because we've been praying, we've been looking into it, we've been preparing our bodies, trying to be healthy. However, just timing of things is a little tricky. So that's something we're struggling with, just knowing, should I keep going to school? Should I just start working? Should we start a family? Those are things that we're struggling with, but also just working through. I'm also really struggling finding a job. So I've been applying to a lot of different places, and it's a little hard because I'm still in school. So I'm applying for part-time jobs, but potentially stopping school and doing full-time. It's a little tricky.
I need to know my self-worth.
And I know my worth. If they don't want to be friends with me, or if they don't like me, or if they find me annoying, that's their thing.
I struggle with self-love. And I think that it's just been over the years something I just need to keep working at.
Okay, I look back at the video after I had already answered some of the questions, and I didn't say self-worth this year. So I'm improving. I feel like I know my self-worth. Yesterday, I felt a little worthless because I felt lost. However, it wasn't like I didn't feel pretty or I didn't feel... It was just more about job and career and school stuff working. But I did it. I'm not worried about my self-worth. Woo! Yes.
I turn to my husband Dylan for guidance in my life. I turn to God for majority of the guidance. For financial things, my dad. For cooking things, my mom. And for life stuff, my sisters.
I turn to my Heavenly Father in prayer very often with any concerns I have. However, in person, face to face, I turn to my husband. Dylan is the perfect match for me. Just yesterday, like I said, I was struggling, and I went to my mom and she gave me a solution and lots of job opportunities to reach out to and things like that. However, that just made me more stressed and more worried about, oh my goodness, what am I doing with my life? However, when Dylan came and I told him about all my worries and I was just stressed out of my mind, he said, okay, I know you don't really want a solution right now. I'm just here to listen. And he made me dinner and he let me just pick a movie to watch and just relax. And I wanted to help him. I was like, could I do something? He's like, no, just relax. Made me feel so comforted. Anyways, overall, that was just one example. I turn to him for guidance in my life for many, many things. And it's very good because we are very compatible. However, we're so different, so we each complement each other. He helps me see things from a different perspective, which is such a blessing. Sometimes I'm pretty one-sided and blinded by other things.
And I think if we're going to BYU, Idaho, which is the plan in the fall, that I think we'll make some married couple friends, which is very exciting.
We did make married couple friends, yay! In Rexburg, there are married student wards, so it's just like young married wards as well. So our ward has no like adults except the bishop and his wife. However, they're all just couples. So our ward is pretty small. It's just like 30-40 couples, but it is so fun because you just have neighbors and friends, and we like having them over all the time and going on double dates or hosting game nights, dinner. Oh, it's the best. So you do have friends now.
Fear that the second coming will come.
So the second coming didn't come yet. I'm still here. The world's still here. I fear, I'm just gonna put this out there. Not that many people see these videos. It's just for my purposes of looking back. I fear that Dylan and I will not be serious in starting a family. Yeah, I fear that I'm just gonna be lost again if we don't start a family soon. I know that sounds terrible, like that's not all that I'm meant for. However, we're in a place right now where I feel like I really do want to start a family, and I fear that that might be pushed aside. So hopefully those fears are subsided. I'm passionate right now about making this video because looking back at all my years and how I've grown, and I think every single video I've been in a different place, almost. Like last year I was in my grandpa's basement where we were living for a whole year. So I'm passionate about making this and all of my videos for my future family to be able to look back and say, wow, mom or grandma, like, okay, the grandma, that's crazy to think about on YouTube forever. I think the second coming will happen before then. Anyways, I'm excited to have people look back, or myself to even be able to look back and see where I've grown, where I've changed. It's pretty exciting. And I love this video. And I almost forgot it was February 5th. So that was a little scary.
Oh, my dog Daisy. The gospel of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints brings me so much peace. My boyfriend right now. I'm truly my happiest self, and I get to just laugh and have a good time, and he's my best friend right now. The gospel of Jesus Christ. And 2, my husband Dylan. And 3, my family.
The obvious answer would be my husband, without a doubt. Like, whenever he comes home, we instantly like, yeah, woohoo! Like, do a fun celebration, like, finally home. I feel like we're still just freshly married. It's almost 2 years in May, which is crazy, but that makes me the happiest. We are goofballs together, and he truly lets me be my weird side, actually brings it out of me. I feel like I'm more normal compared to him. I think definitely the gospel and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints specifically brings me the most happiness. There are so many scriptures, so many answers to simple questions that the church has. There's questions about what's my purpose in this life, the afterlife, what's the plan, why am I here, why do I do things that I do? All of it is answered in our church, and I think that people need to realize that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is a restored church from the Church of Christ in the past, when Christ was on this earth. It's not a new church, it's a restored church from the past, which I don't think a lot of people know, and I hope people have seen on my YouTube. I've posted a lot of church shorts, and I just am so passionate about the gospel, and I feel really bad for those that have not found it yet. I know that might come off as weird, but genuinely makes me the happiest and answers all of my questions and helps me move past hard things. I just want to bear my testimony that I know that Joseph Smith is a prophet of God, and he saw a vision of Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ. I know that he translated the Book of Mormon, and it is another testament along with the Bible that testifies of Jesus Christ. It's not pushing away the Bible like some people think. It goes hand in hand. Almost every single page in the Book of Mormon talks about Christ. If you have not yet read the Book of Mormon and you're already having these weird feelings about him because of the worldly stance on it, just read it. Every single chapter, verse is just filled with goodness. Anytime I'm worried and read it, I feel at peace. If you are feeling stressed, worried, confused, turn to the scriptures. I would specifically say turn to the Book of Mormon, because it will testify of Christ and will show you ways to get through it and fill your heart with peace. Also, it has been testified that there would be a prophet on the earth. And I believe that we have modern day prophets. Our current prophet is Russell M. Nelson, and I believe that he is a prophet of God and speaks to us and gives us revelation from God to the church for the whole wide world. That being said, I just wanted to bear my testimony. I just hope you guys watching are curious to even look into some of those things that I've shared.
Being prideful and needing to love myself more. So I need to improve on that. I need to improve on my patience. I get really quick to react and to say things that I probably shouldn't, but that's where I need to improve on.
Okay, so we wanted to work on patience, and we did slightly. Still working on it. However, huge improvement from last year. I've been praying and hoping and asking to be reminded to be patient. It's crazy when you live with someone, the littlest things, they're not even trying to upset you, but they'll just like catch you off guard, and you're just like so quick to react and be like, no, yes, all these things. So anyways, it's been good. Just I've been trying to focus and have gotten better at just letting things roll off my shoulder and just be like, is it gonna matter? Do I really care that much? However, there are things that I am very particular about. Fun fact, Dylan and I keep getting in big arguments about potatoes. We both make mashed potatoes, and he likes it to make it a certain way, and I like to make it a certain way. It's just so funny, like it's always potatoes. So anyways, that's something I'm working on being patient about with potatoes. Yeah, you don't need to know. But it's working, and prayer is good. And if you have the Holy Spirit with you, it'll keep you just at peace and just like a reminder, ding, 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 hey, remember you're trying to work on patience. Deep breaths. You did it though. You've improved big time. I need to improve on reading. In my patriarchal blessing, it talks about that I will have a love for reading. And I think that that's the best way to avoid boredom without scrolling. You're actually learning something. It doesn't always have to be like nonfiction or things that are like biographies that might seem somewhat boring, which honestly, I've started getting into some biographies and they're really interesting. However, it can be anything, but just learning and through reading on an actual piece of paper and not scrolling on your phone, it's just like you feel different. You don't feel drained after reading it. You feel enlightened. So that's somewhere I want to improve in my life, is just reading more and setting aside time to read. I also want to improve on serving others, taking time out of my day or month, week, whatever, thinking about others and actually acting on what comes to mind. Maybe even reaching out through just a text or making them a dinner treat, just seeing how they're doing. I think I really need to improve on that and improve on the charity aspect of loving people, which goes along with my want for connection this year. I would say to just trust your husband and just go along with the flow, which you did. You went to Florida, but even more so, just trust that it'll all work out, work together with him. I'm not really sure why I'm saying that, but I just feel like in the past you could have worked on just knowing that he wants the best for you, because he does. And for yourself, just do what you love and don't do it for other people. Yeah, I don't really know.
Some advice I'd give my future self: you are loved so much. Just get it in your head already. Also, if you're thinking about a future family, just know that the Lord will provide with money and with anything. He will bless you, even if it might seem a little tight.
She thought you'd have a baby or be pregnant by now. She thought I'd be pregnant or have a baby by now. We'll see. What is some advice you would give your future self? It's tricky with this situation about me wanting to go to school or not school, and work and family. I would advise my future self to find ways to be healthy every day. I'm currently trying really hard to buy healthier ingredients and exercise more. However, I'm not very consistent in exercising. I do like Pilates on Monday, volleyball occasionally. However, it's not like a constant everyday workout. So I would tell my future self to be healthy, drink water, but also be happy, because life is too short to be stressed out of your mind about food, calories. And also trust in the Lord. If you are pregnant or if you've had a baby by then, woohoo! You got this. And if you haven't, that's okay. Keep praying. Keep figuring out what you can do to serve others. But you are not alone. Reach out to the Relief Society. Reach out to your family. And that would be my advice to my future self. Thanks so much for watching. This was so fun to be able to just answer these questions once again and look back on my past self. I'll see you next year. Peace.